Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's go, man. Right out the gate. Let's go. It's a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday evening. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys are having a great evening, great afternoon, great morning. Depends on where you're at in this world. Hope everything is a great time. Hope you guys are having a good, beautiful, very nice day. With the help of God, always give God the glory. Yeah, guys, you see, today I'm trying to just switch up the content. I'm trying to figure out what really to get going on this channel. So I'm just looking at different concept and just see, I put it out there and see what sticks. That's just where I'm at right now. Trying to just go through different things and make sure hopefully something work. So as you can tell in the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to give this content a shot, see what happens, see if people like it, and just keep it going, man. Yes, guys, listen, you know who I am. My name is Lannie, man. Thank you guys for joining the stream. I really appreciate everybody that's involved. Thank you very much. Let's get right into it, man. Yep. I just got out the workout room too, guys. Well, not just got out because gotta have to bathe and do all of that good stuff, get fresh, but that's what I do. Every time before I get on stream, hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours, cardio and weightlifting. Always got to get your cardio in. A lot of people just weightlift and they don't get the cardio in, man. Get on a bike, get on elliptical. Me, I love treadmill. I like to run a lot. I love to run. That's my thing. I used to be very, very big, very obese, close to 400 pounds. And I lost my first 50 pounds. I lost from literally doing a lot of running. At the beginning, I couldn't run, but I started walking, little run, walking, little run. And then, I just kept going. In life, you just never stop. If you feel like something is not working, just keep going, but do it a different way. Just like this channel right now. I originally started this channel with reacting to police content. And it was doing very good. I was doing very good with the police stuff. But then I got a strike on this channel. But then they took the strike down because I appealed and they took the strike down. So then I'm like, you know what? I did the best I can to I wanted to create my own original content. I was reacting to police videos that other people was recording. So I'm like, you know what? I want to create my own content, get little different clips from other places and just create a story around those things. So I stopped the police stuff. And that's originally when I started this channel. That's exactly what I started doing, dude. And now right now it's just I'm different concept. If it doesn't work, don't stop. It's not meant to just quit. I don't ever feel like quitting nothing. I don't like being a quitter. No matter what I'm doing, dude, I don't like being a quitter, dude. So I'm the type of person I'm just gonna keep trying different ways. Because if you keep doing the same thing and you expect better things to happen, you're just a mad person. If you constantly do the same thing every single day and you expect good things to come out of the same thing you've been doing for the month, 2-3 months, and nothing good is coming out of it, and you keep doing the same thing and you expect better to come, you're just crazy. So regardless if you're doing something and it doesn't work, it's not necessarily mean just stop and forget about it. No, just keep going, but do it in a different way. I like doing this, streaming. I like doing the streaming because it's no editing. Just get on stream and just go. So I like the stream. I like that whole fact of could be on stream for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. To me, I like that. So that's a concept that I'm going to continue pushing, the streaming content. And just trying to figure out what niche or what type of videos that I'm going to react to. That's my only thing. Like I don't want to be specifically in the niche of politics or be specifically in the niche of this or that. Like I want to just, get stuff that I like to see and talk about it. Talk about it, hopefully build a community. That's what you always need. But I'm a firm believer that everybody out, every and all of God kids, we have an audience. Regardless at the beginning, you don't find the audience right away, but I think we all have an audience, meaning that we are all going to find people who's going to find us amazing. Every and all of God kids. I'm not talking about like you have to come from a wealthy background or you have to be living in a nice community. No, I'm talking about the regular average person as myself, with no rich or family members, none of that stuff. It's just humble person just trying to come up in life. I think we all as God kids have an audience. We just have to keep working to find it. It's not easy, but you just never give up. The moral of the story is just never give up, man. The first video we're going to check out, this gentleman went to one of those places that they sell hair product, weave and whatever for your hair. He went in there with one of his friends and end up, well, I'll let him tell the story. He's literally, I'll let this guy tell his story, so let's go. What would you do if you're hanging out with somebody and they're telling you they want to go steal something from someone else's property? What would you do as a human being? Immediately, I would turn around and leave. But this guy, obviously, he's a real friend. He's what you call a real friend. But if you have a friendship and you have to convince your friends to do bad for you, I think you're a terrible person. If you truly are someone's friends, if you're truly a friend to anybody, you will not want to see them go to jail. You will not want to see them going through anything bad because you know what comes with stealing. It's a possibility you get away, yes, but at the end of the day, you get away from that store, but you will never get away from the judgment from God. We all have to pay back for all the bad we're going to do in life. So that's where I'm at with that. So you with someone and they tell you, all right, go do something that you know is illegal. Or not you go do it. Let's be a part of it. Because you're with me. So regardless if I do it or you do it, we're together. So we're going to go down together. Ladies and gentlemen, my suggestion is make a U-turn and leave. Don't go down the path of doing nothing bad for your own gains in life, because you will have to pay the consequences for it sooner or later, dude. And he's talking very soft because he's hiding.
When I tell you pull out, you should pull out right then and there. He said, like this. Now, that was pretty basic stuff because you already knew, was the plan before we came up there. Like, you already knew that I was going to go sexual needs for hunger. Like, you already knew, you should already had a car and drive, bitch. While you on the other side, man, three motherfuckers, three bitches with parents. I'm like,
He's right, because he told his family who drove him to commit this crime. He told him ahead of time exactly what was his intentions. So he ran into the store, grabbed the product that he wanted to steal. Who, for God's sake, who steals weave? You going inside of a store to steal a weave, dude? Like, how expensive is weave? Can somebody tell me in the chat what is the price of a weave? A wig? I guess a wig. What's the price of a wig? I don't think those things are expensive. Tell me in the chat what the prices of wigs are today. Because for you to actually want to go in and rob a store for a wig, to go to jail, you're risking your life for a wig. I listen. I'm just saying it like that because I don't know the prices of wigs. I don't know how this stuff work. So if someone could tell me in the chat, I would appreciate it if you know the price of a good wig. Because I'm thinking it has to be a good wig. For him to go in there to take the risk, to get somebody to drive him to the location, to take the risk of grabbing somebody else's merchandise to run outside with it, and then getting into an altercation with the security of that place and pushing the security to the ground, running to the car and trying to get away. Tell me what's the price of a wig, so I could be like, I don't care what's the price. At the end of the day, there's no price. You can't put a number on your freedom. You could never put a number on your freedom, dude. You got to think about it like that. You can't, bro.
I'm that type of friend, a cousin, or whatever. I want to snatch that for you and get that for you. Like, I don't know, it's y'all coming like, I'm coming, bitch. Y'all ain't coming like, I'm coming, bitch. You can call me bro, you can call me selfish, you can call me whatever you want to. I did what the fuck I did.
I'm not gonna call you broke. I'm just gonna say that you're what I'll call an extreme friend. I don't think that you gotta be a lonely person to be willing to go commit a crime for someone who you might love, or somebody that you like, or somebody you enjoy being around. For you to be willing to go and commit a crime for someone else, I think you're just a lonely person. Because you should know and that's a grown man. You should know as a grown man that you're risking your freedom, you're risking your life, because you could run into the wrong business and there is armed security, and you decide to go assault an armed security, and the armed security has all right to protect themselves. So you're putting your life at risk. Like, I don't care how much of a good friend you think you are. Like, to me, that's just stupid. Is no other way to look at it. To me, that's just completely stupidity. Like, you're willing to risk your life, not just your freedom. You're basically willing to risk your life for a wig because your friend tell you she need the wig. I don't get this guy mentality, but hey, as he said, I am a great friend. I don't know what type of great friend you are, dude.
I was high for somebody. At least you alive. Hell, I thought somebody pretty dead. My fault. I'm high for the police. These men just told me he take out trash. I don't know why. I just don't want to come back behind one of this business. My fine stuff. He take out trash. I just stand here, I just man, I cannot make this up. Like, for real, I cannot make this shit up.
He's inside of the garbage can, hiding from the cops. I'm curious now to find out what happened to his cousin that drove him to commit that crime. Because his cousin is right. You jump into my car after you commit a crime and I drive away. Now I'm a part of the crime. So with his cousin refusing to leave, he has an excuse to, like, listen, I don't know what he went to the store to do. He ran out with something he stole and he told me to drive off. I didn't drive off because I wanted no part of it. But if someone come into your car, if someone come back into your car running or whatever, back into your car, and you realize that they came back with something that they didn't leave with from your car, and they told you they stole that stuff, and you decide to drive away, now you're a part of that crime. You're 100% part of the crime. But what his cousin did by refusing to leave, refusing to drive away, now he has a way out. Regardless, yes, he drove him to the destination, but is his word now against with the police. Like, listen, I didn't know what this guy's intentions was. I just brought him over here. He said he was going to pay for something and come back, give him a ride. End the story. But this dude, and you consider yourself to be a good friend, you are hiding in a garbage can for a friend of yours by going to steal a wig. Listen, I don't think there is no wig that expensive for me to go and steal for anybody. And then to go hide in a garbage can so I don't get locked up. To me, that's just stupid, bro.
I'm trying to walk get some Wi-Fi, connect my phone to a Wi-Fi. Hold on, I should ask this man. Y'all have Wi-Fi? They said they don't have Wi-Fi. I'm just like, man, what the fuck? What do y'all have? Bitch. So y'all, I'm trying to find anybody that I can connect to Wi-Fi to, because my statistics ain't seeing it. My phone now, I don't know what's going on. Maybe because I'm inside town, but bitch, hold on, I'm gonna find some Wi-Fi. Get my ass off this side of town so I mean somebody jail city. So like, you got trash to go in the building and ask who the hell you want to go to the hospital. There's nobody saying they in the hospital, which I like is not. So I came to the lunch with my friend. She been doing something like she got also do so she can go home and we did. I was in here that's happening.
The only reason, if you're smart, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you're looking for Wi-Fi or hotspot, is obviously this guy's phone is not even connected. I don't see why can't he just make a phone call. He's actually recording. You could record on your phone without actually your phone actually being connected to any server. So for him to be moving around looking for somebody's hotspot or Wi-Fi to connect his phone so he can actually make a call, his phone has no physical service. His phone has no way to connect. Like, so this guy is all messed up. This dude is all messed up, dude. In every which way, shape, and form, this dude is messed up, man. I don't get it though. Like, why would you put yourself in that predicament, dude? You don't even have a phone. This dude don't even have a phone to make a call. Why would you put yourself in that predicament for what? To go steal a weave? And he went to the other side from where he lived at. He took a drive. They took like at least a half an hour drive to get to that location to steal a wig. I really don't know, guys, what is the price of wigs. So I don't want to, I don't want to say nothing that, I don't know. But regardless, I don't care how expensive the wig might be. It's not worth your freedom or your life, bro. And no way in this world you could sit back and tell me, oh yeah, that weave is something from real hair is worth $500. So what? It just don't make sense, dude. It really don't make sense. I don't care how expensive is a wig. It don't make sense, dude. And it never gonna make sense. I don't know if you could call me, whatever you want, but
it just kind of pops into my head. I was dating this club on.
Now we're gonna look at this woman that actually she was involved with someone who owned a nightclub, bar, lounge, call it whatever you want to call it. She was involved with that person, and she has a story to tell about her relationship with that person that owned the club. So let's sit back and listen to this woman's story. I find it very interesting. That's why I'm bringing it to you guys. I find her story to be amazing.
And one time, like, I had went to his club. I had got super wasted. Like, I'm a white girl wasted, okay? I'm drunk, okay? When I got there, before I even got drunk, I saw him there with another girl. They were sitting section to section. He was in his usual section, and he had gotten her the section next to him. He'd be on that, so I'm like, I'm not going to say nothing. Like, I know he's a player, and I'm not really taking him too seriously, so I'm like, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm keeping it real cool. So I don't say nothing, but after I get really drunk, I'm like, I want to talk to him. So I end up going up to his section, and he's sitting down, and I'm standing over him, and we're just talking.
You know what time it is with the guy. You know what time the guy is. You're not his girlfriend. You're just another one of the girls that comes in the clubs that he deals with, he messes with. So she just clearly said that she had to get super drunk to approach him. And that's a dude that she's actually doing things with. That's a dude that she's messing with. To just come in the club for free and drink for free and doing whatever God knows with this guy. That's exactly her story. She says she's messing with the guy and the guy is messing with other people. And she walked into his club on that specific day she's talking about, and he's with another girl. But she said clearly that she know what time it is, that she know, the dude, he moves around, he messes around. So, so she knows what time it is. So she had to get super drunk to go confront this gentleman. Not confront him, but to get his attention. This story's going to get just juicy and juicier. Just let's listen.
I'm drunk, so now that I think about it, maybe I was being aggressive. I don't know. I don't know why I would be. To me, I was just having a normal conversation with him, right? And so as we're talking, the girl that he was with comes over and starts rubbing the back of his head and is like, "Are you okay?" to him. And I'm like, bitch, why the fuck wouldn't he be okay? Why wouldn't he be okay? So now all of you already know. I'm with that Don Julio. I'm about to act a Julio. So I'm like, he don't need no help. He's good. Thank you. He's good. I mean, girl, we just met you. We've been talking for like a year. Like, what do you mean? So I'm on some shit. Like, I'm like, I take her hand, pick up her hand, and move it off him. And I'm like, yeah, he's good. He stands up because he already knows.
Well, why are you trying to be this guy's girlfriend when he clearly don't have that type of relationship with you? She said for a whole year she been messing around with this guy. And she know what time it is with him. She know what he's about. Like, and now you have to go get drunk. I'm pretty sure she drinks for free whenever she go to the club. But the dude, he hooks up with a bunch of broads. He's the club owner. He hooks up with a bunch of broads. Listen, I did private security for nightclubs for years. So I know how that goes. The people that run nightclubs, the managers, the people that's involved in nightclubs, the nightlife, getting into party situations with people is very easy. It's very, very easy to actually get into any type of relationships that you prefer, girls, guys, whatever. It's easy when you're a part of the nightlife. I done witnessed it hundreds of times. So girls like that in the nightlife comes a dime a dozen. She's pretty, yes, but you see a bunch of pretty girls in the nightlife that's all drunk, wasted, and just want to hook up. It's just the way it is in the nightlife, So she telling a story about she's trying to take this guy from another girl, and fight the other girl for a dude that she been messing around with for over a year. That clearly don't have no type of respect for her because of what he's involved in, and she accepts it. So why you want to fight someone else?
My friend behind her stands up, and I'm like, oh, we all standing up. Like, what's about to go down? In my drunk head, they're about to drunk me. So I'm like, yeah, he's good. He don't need no help. Who are you? Who are you, cuz? Who are you? So we going at it, and I'm like, yeah, I'll whoop your ass. I turn to him. I'm like, I'll whoop his ass, your friend ass, everybody. Mind you, now my friends are on the other side of the club. I'm wilding with 3 people, and my friends are on the other side of the club. Now, I don't know if he called security or if his co-owner called security, because they go back and forth about who called security, but somebody called security. I'm cool with security, so I ain't tripping too much. They come in there like, hey, they grab me, you gotta go. You gonna kick me out? You gonna kick your girl, your dog? I thought it was cool over this bitch, so now I'm really pissed off.
You're not his girl. You've never been his girl. You're just another chick that he's messing around with. You're like the 10th chick that this guy's messing around with. So don't label yourself as, I'm your girl. You're kicking me out. You go to a club, you're messing around with a club owner. You get in for free. You drink for free. If that club owner choose you at the end of the night, that's it. I done witnesses hundreds of times. Like club owners at the end of the night, 3, 4 in the morning, they have a platter on what they want to do. You know what I mean? Managers. Whomever is in the club life, the nightlife, I done witness it, dude. So you just another bro that's, if I choose you at the end of the night, well, cool. But when you have a platter of people you could actually select to hang out with after this club is closed, and she, the whole thing about it, she knew that about the guy. That's what I don't understand. Like, she knew exactly what time it is with this guy. She knew he moves around. She all of a sudden want to put label. I'm your girl for over a year. No, you just another chick that came to the club, get free drink, get wasted, and we hook up a couple of times. That's all you are. This dude is probably married.
So I'm like, it's cool, it's all good. So I leave. Okay, I come get out of the club, I leave, except my friend, we drove together. So I come back into the club and I'm like looking for my friend, and the security guard comes back up, one that I don't know, and he's like, you can't come in here, you can't be here, you can't be here. And I'm like, I just need my friend, I'm about to leave. I just want to try to look for my friend. I can't leave my friend here. She not answering her phone. I need my friend. The whole time, I don't even think I called her. I just wanted to start some shit. I was drunk. So I come back in here, I'm like, I just wanted to, and he keeps grabbing me by my arms and pushing me back. And I'm like, this man literally has to be like 6'2", 350 pounds. He's big as fuck. He keeps touching me on my shoulders, and I'm like, the next time you put your hands on me, I be drunk and I be doing weird shit. I don't drink like this no more. I think the next time you put your hands on me, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Why would I say that to that big ass linebacker? And he put his hands on me again.
And all of a sudden now, we're gonna find out about the victim story now. I did security for years in nightclubs, and when the security comes up to you, especially when you're misbehaving, when you're acting out, and she clearly said that she was acting out. She went up to the VIP section where the owner was at with another lady, and she started acting up in the VIP section with the owner with the other lady, and security was called. Now, whenever security is involved and somebody has to leave. That's just how it works. Somebody has to leave, and 99% of the time, the person that's going to ask to leave is the aggressor. If you go up to someone and start some shit, at the end of the evening, you are the person that's going to be asked to get out of here. No questions asked. Leave for a little while. Sometime you will be let back in, but you will be told to leave, calm down, chill out, sober up a little bit, and later on, an hour, 2 hours from now, if you want to come back, no problem. So now she want to act like the victim. Oh, you're touching me. Touching you. I asked you to leave 1,000 times. I say you have to leave. Now you're talking about your friend. No, I don't care. You have to get out. Now it's, he's 6 feet tall, this and this and this. Like, stop it, dude. You put yourself in that predicament. You was the one that started everything. You could have just drink and control your alcohol and go about your day, dude.
Why did I punch this man in the face? Like, why did I go all the way back and punch this man in the face? All I remember is waking up outside the door on the sidewalk. He literally picked me up and threw me out like this is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm hurt. Like, my leg hurt. And I don't know, maybe I'm doing wrong, y'all can tell me. But did he need to be punched or what? Like, he was tripping. So I punched him. So I'm like pissed off. I'm like, nah, they're not about to do this to me. They're not about to do this to me. So you know what Lannie do? They call me Mrs. Call the Police Ackerman, okay? Because I get down, I don't play. I called the damn police. I called the police and I said, I was just assaulted by a security guard at this club. I need to come out there. So the police pull up. It's police, 2 police cars, 3 police cars. Then you got the ambulance. No, before the ambulance got there, it was the goddamn fire truck. They, wheel. I'm like, damn.
You don't win. Listen. Once again, I did security for nightclubs for years. First of all, when you're in a nightclub, a lounge, a bar, and you're asked to leave, you have to leave. Because inside of a nightclub, inside of a lounge, or inside of a bar, that's private property. So if you're in any of those establishments and you're acting up, you're acting a fool, and they ask you to leave, which is a private property, regardless if you pay to come in or not. If you're starting trouble, they have all right to ask you to get out of the establishment. 100%. That's the rules. That's the law. On top of being asked to get out the establishment, you physically punched someone else in the face. And you expect, at that point right there, that security guy, the security personnel has all right to physically carry you out the club. At that point, there's all gloves are off, all bets are off. You punch one of the security guys in the face, all bets are off. Now the gloves are off. We are going to physically grab you up as rough as possible. We're going to rough you up as much as possible, throw you on the ground, we're going to rough you up, throw you out the club, 100%. Now police is involved. It don't matter. Because all police is going to come and ask what happened. They're going to ask to see your security license, make sure that you're certified to be in the job position. And now you have 100 witnesses that witness the entire situation. This girl is drunk out her mind. She punched me in my face. She was assaulting someone else before we asked her to leave. And even if you show the you show the surveillance. So there is nothing police is going to do. You're not going to be charged with absolutely nothing. Because you are in private property and you're asked to leave, you better get out, dude. You have no case if you don't get out. Just simple and plain, dude.
I didn't know they was gonna do all this. Like now, I'm like, fuck. I done lit the club up on accident. Like I thought they was gonna send one police officer. I didn't know they sent 3 more police officers out there. And mind you, before I called the police, the owner was out there. The other owner, he was like, "Don't call the police. Don't call the police. Let's handle this. Let's handle this." And I said, "Nope. I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police." And then. Let's handle it. Nah, you need to fire that big bitch. This. If you file a report, we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do this. They're trying to discourage me from filing a police report. And so then the dude that I was talking to comes out and he's like, "Oh, like, I understand. We're gonna talk to him. We're gonna fix it. I'm sorry. I understand. I'm being dramatic. I'm being overly emotional." He's like, "Just don't file a police report. We're gonna handle it. We're gonna handle it." So I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'm not gonna file a police report." Mind you, I drove to that club. My tags are out. I'm drunk. I'm about to drive home with my registration expired. So the police officer is like, "Do you have your ID?" And so I go back to get my ID and he follows me. He sees my tags are out and he's like, "Yeah, you need to take care of that." One thing I like about Charlotte police, they don't spend time with the little shit. Your tags out, nobody cares. I basically done lit the whole entire club up. Now this man is never going to speak to me again because I crashed out in the club. And yeah, so I still go to that club. And when I be seeing the security guard, we're friends now. Me and the security guard are real cool friends. Really, to make friends, all you need to do is fight somebody. You just need to punch them in their face one good time, and they'll...
I don't know who this girl thinks she is. She said all you need to do to make friends with securities is punch them in the face. If you think that the owner of the club, he didn't want police involvement because they're probably doing something illegal in that club. That's why they didn't want the police involvement. But if you're working in a club, a bar lounge that's following the rules, and any of the people, the customers, physically put their hands on you, you have all right to defend yourself, dude. That's one thing that I loved about being like security in clubs. That's one thing that I love. The part of that, people get drunk and think that they have the right to assault you and there's nothing you could do. Like, that's a type of girl that she's very aggressive when she has liquor in her. And there's a lot of people that are called, they have liquor courage. They consume alcohol at a large amount. They get intoxicated, and guess what? All of a sudden they have the courage to turn violent. But I tell you, dude, I was never the one to play those violent games. I was never the one, dude, because we will get radio to come into the place, because I was always in the front. I was always outside. You know, because I have this personality that I like to meet people before they go in. You know, I like to basically make people comfortable and welcome. I like to welcome people, because I realized that for over the years that I was doing it, when you welcome people into your establishment with happiness and make them feel good about themselves and just saying thanks for coming out, they go into the establishment with a positive mind. They go into the establishment very happy. So they're going to enjoy the 2, 3, 4 hours they'll spend in there. They'll enjoy it. You know what I mean? Rather than when people show up, you're being disrespectful to them from the jump. So if you're disrespectful to somebody that's coming to spend money in your establishment, and all of a sudden you just want to be disrespectful, now this person is going to go into your establishment angry. You making them angry from the front. So now they're gonna go into the establishment after drinking a bunch of liquor. Now they're already mad. They're pissed off. So they're gonna look for the littlest thing to start problems. That's what I realized when I was doing security for nightclubs. So I used to always be the person that chose to be at the front, to greet people, to just, make people feel welcome. But with people like that, I see with that girls like that, guys also. I done seen it and witnessed it 100 times. Like they come in very nice, very happy. You don't even see you don't even look at them like they're dangerous people. But then what you call liquor courage, they'll start drinking and getting extremely wasted. And guess what happened after a couple of shots, a couple of beers? Guess what happened after? They're all of a sudden the toughest person inside of that establishment. You know what I mean? She said the best way to be friends with securities is punch them in their face. Mama, you have a pretty face. Don't punch people in their face because you have a really nice face and you don't want your face to be leaking at the end of the day. You think calling the police, she's proud. Oh yeah, I call the police. I love calling police. Call whoever you want to call. You punch the security in his face because the security is asking you to leave. All bets are off. Gloves are off. It's on. It doesn't matter you a girl or boy. You got to control your liquor, man. Simple and plain. Wherever you go, ladies and gentlemen, control your liquor. Because don't go out thinking as listening to this girl talking about, oh, you just have to punch people in the face to become friends with them, and you're crazy. Life don't work like that. Don't think being aggressive with people is going to make your life better. You're bugging, dude. That shit doesn't work. It doesn't work like that at all. Our next story, besties. Girls that was besties once upon a time. And you know what comes between besties? Tell me in the chat what you think comes between besties. When girls are besties, or what do you think separate the besties? 95% of the time, what separate besties? We're going to figure it out together. We're going to listen to this girl's story and figure this out together, dude. Insane.
I don't do that. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so for anyone who knows me, has known me for the past few years, me and this girl Winnie have been friends. Even if you follow me on TikTok, I did have posts of her. I actually do still have some of her and a couple other people post on my page videos of us. We are no longer friends. We fell out in March, and it is September 10th. And this is just now coming to a head. I'm just now getting on it. Just to give you guys some reference, we fell out in March. We fell out in fucking.
That's a couple of months. You have April, May, June, July, August, September. That's 6 months. Roughly 6 months. There was besties. There was besties. 6 months have not spoken, have not relayed no messages back and forth, no text, no nothing. So I'm very curious to know why all of a sudden, from being besties, from hanging out, from having good times together, taking photos, videos, all of a sudden everything changed. Let's find out why that changed.
What was that? I believe it was like February, end of January. Winnie was kicked out by her mother, and I paid for her to get on the train and come out here to be with me in North Carolina. Paid for her train ticket that same night. She got on the train the same night they were arguing. Paid for her to come down here. She transferred her job over, was supposed to be working, all this good stuff. And things were not how they seemed. Now, the process of her living with me and my cousin was literally just that's a whole other story for a whole other day. That was a whole other day. Just know that I was big mama. Okay, I was paying for everything she had. I was paying for the flowers that we were using. I was paying for the food that we ate. I was paying for the outings that we took. I was paying for all of the gas in my car. Mind you, my job was.
It has to be a reason she got kicked out. The way she's describing her friend, to me, is that's a lazy person. That's the description she's giving of a friend, and the reason, like, she had to pay for everything. Like, you were a grown woman. You moved from another state to my state, which she paid for the transportation to get her to that state. Why can't she go and find a job? She went to another state to live for free. She was living for free with her mother, and her mother kicked her out. Why would you help her? Certain people, and listen, it's good to help people, but there's a lot of times in life, ladies and gentlemen, where you have to let people learn the hard way. It sounds brutal, it sounds bad, but it's a lot of times that you have to just let people learn the hard way, dude. Let people go through the storms. Because if you constantly, whenever it rains, you constantly having to provide the shelter for someone else, you are never going to find the time when this person is going to provide their own shelter. You will never, that's never going to happen. If you're constantly providing shelter for someone every time it rains, they're never going to take the time out to figure out how to provide shelter on their own. So this is exactly what type of best friend that woman is, because she moved her to another state to help her, lived in her house for free, and she has to buy everything. I'm curious to know what type of friendship those girls had. Because there is no way you could just have a regular bestie. You're my girl from kindergarten. We've been best friends without just constantly having to pay. And I'm very curious. It has to be something else that they have in this friendship. Let's figure it out together, man. I'm curious to know what's the best friendship.
One of her jobs was 4 miles from my house. Her other job was 9 miles from my house. Might I add, she had 2 jobs and I was still paying for everything. And now, just so, because I am going to send receipts just so she can never say.
How crazy that is. So she did work. She did start working. She had 2 jobs, but why are you still paying for everything, and why is she still living for free? There have to be something more to this story. Why are you still paying for everything? And she has the car. She's driving her to her jobs. The girl is not putting gas. She's not doing nothing. She's putting gas. She's buying the food. She's living in the house for free. Something just don't add up. Listen, we are friends from kindergarten. I helped you to move down here. I helped you get a job. I help you. Now you have 2 jobs. Now you're okay. Why am I still paying? Why this conversation is taking that long to happen? I'm just curious to know what. There has to be something else in this relationship.
With me around January, actually wasn't February, it was January, around somewhere the 13th, somewhere around that week or so. Mind you, I already told you I paid for a ticket. Let's see, on the 15th of January, mind you, these all say sent. Various amounts. This is received $9. Received another $1. Sent. These are both received for weed. More weed in February. You won't see any more of those.
So she's showing receipts of before they fell apart completely. So this is all from February and January. All the receipts that she's showing. I knew there was something had to be involved. But obviously this girl is hooked on she's hooked on drugs. Why are you sending a grown woman money to buy narcotics when she has 2 jobs? Why are you taking care of a grown woman with 2 jobs? Once again, there has to be something more to this story. There is no way in this world, I don't care how good of a person you are, how good, kind-hearted you are, if someone else that you love, that you know they're blatantly taking advantage of you, and you're not putting a stop to it, there is something else that she's not saying. But I'm willing to listen and find out what more is going on. I'm curious. I'm very curious.
Right. Mind you, these are all just various amounts for her to, Ubers, her to get something to drink when she's at work, because she has worked at the gas station that long. And then we even have here, I paid her phone bill. She couldn't afford to pay her own phone bill. Paid her phone bill for her birthday. Was still sending money, as you can see. Right, cool. Cool. Just so, just for receipts. So mind you, I can even get on like Uber Eats and show you guys I was spending like mad money just ordering food during this time. But you know what I'm saying? I think you guys get the gist. If I need to though, I can. So cool. That was the mindset attitude that I'm already dealing with prior to the trip. I'm already dealing with paying for two adults all the time constantly. Mind you, might I also add, my cousin had, I didn't pay any bills there either. Like, don't get me mistaken. Before we moved here, in the previous place we lived to, when she lived with me, I didn't pay any bills either. However, whenever my cousin needed anything, the same little 11-year-old girl that she was dissing, the same girl that she was living with, that was cooking for her, running out to the car for her, going and running and doing stuff for her because she never wanted to get out of the bed, I was picking her up, taking her to and from school. Anytime my cousin needed something from me or asked me anything, she had it for me. And that's my cousin. That's my family. If she doesn't want to charge me anything to live with her, she doesn't have to because that's my family. You're here off the strength of me. If she asks you for something, the least that you can do is give it to her. So she's already asked you 2-3 times for like, one time was like $70, another time was like $120. Like, she's not even asking you for a lot of money, and you have 2 jobs. Living in her house, using her water, eating her food. When she pays for my food, she's paying for your food too. Like, you're getting all this treatment right here, and you don't have $80. Interesting. Not to mention the missing $200 that was gone for weeks up until she put her foot down and said that you were kicked out. But like I said, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. So boom, Winnie's birthday is March 26th. So we planned a trip. Me, 2 friends from Florida, and one friend from New Jersey. We all drove my car down to Charlotte, and it honestly, it was all bad from there. But this video is already 5 minutes. Part 2 traffic.
I don't get. I really don't understand why it has to take that much for you to realize that your friend is a bum. Like, why does it have to take that much? You brought her from another state. You bought her a ticket to come to your state. You got her a place to stay, which all of them was living with their cousin. And her cousin had kids in that apartment as well. Like, you got a stranger to move into your family's house. On top of moving into your family's house, living for free. How long he has to take it to realize, like, that girl is a bum? Like, how long he has to take it to be like, listen, this is over. Like, you have to get out of my family's house. You have to get your own place. You have 2 jobs. You're a grown woman. How long does it take to be like, okay, you know what, bro, this is it. It's over. Like, from the beginning, I would have shut this chick up. I would have shut up immediately, dude. That's I would have shut up and get her out the property immediately. It, to me, makes no sense. You can't let people take advantage of your kindness like that. You can't. You can't be that, I don't want to say stupid, but you can't be that kind. You can't have that kind heart towards others because people will take advantage. Human beings, human beings are very, very ungrateful. I'm telling you right now. If you're a lonely type of person, I suggest you get yourself an animal. Get yourself a dog, a cat, get yourself a bird, get you an animal. Because an animal will never be ungrateful. An animal will love you unconditionally. An animal will do whatever, whenever they see you, they'll always be happy. But if you're looking for comfort from humans, and you have a kind heart, and you're always willing to spend, you're always willing to be the one to put gas, you're always willing to be the one to buy the food, listen, 85 to 90% of human beings will take full advantage of you. There is just a very small amount of human beings that's with good hearts that will be like, no, you don't have to buy today. I'll buy. You bought yesterday. Today's my turn. It's very, very rare you come in contact with people like that. So be careful. Guard your heart. Guard your niceness. If you're a nice person, keep being nice, but be nice to the right people. Be nice to the people that's going to be nice to you. Because a lot of people, more 85 to 90% of people, of human beings, will take full advantage of you. You know, it's good to be nice. It's good to have a caring heart. It's good to be a good person. But Don't be stupid. It's a difference between a good person. It's a difference from a good person and a stupid person. This story right there we just listened to, that girl was just being a stupid person. Because she's seen all the things that this girl was taking advantage. And that's a friend, yes, but you helped her to move away when she got kicked out. She had no place to stay. You helped her to come to your state, gave her housing, helped her get 2 jobs, and she still was leeching off everything from you for free. You know what type of mentality this girl have, bro. We're gonna look at this story right now. This story to me, like, this girl seems like she had lost her mind. I'm gonna be honest with you. She's claiming that her aunt's husband did something to her inappropriately. And she told her aunt and the rest of her family, and nobody believed her story. But listening to this woman, I don't know if it happened allegedly. I really don't know. I don't know the story. But my whole thing is, why nobody in your family believed this story? Let's just give this woman a chance. Let's listen to her story and see if you can figure it out, because I couldn't figure it out. Listen to this.
So, for a little bit of backstory, my mom lost custody over me and my 2 younger siblings in 2019. I was 11 years old. My mom was a drug addict, and she was not mentally, physically, or emotionally there to take care of us. We were homeless and we were staying in a hotel, but before we stayed in the hotel with my mom, we were staying with one of my friends, me and my 2 younger siblings. And when we moved back with my mom in the hotel room, my 2 of my aunties, and my nana came to get us. They came up to me and my siblings' school, pulled us out of school, and took us back to the hotel room with my mom, and told us to get all of our shit because we were not going to be with my mom no more. After that, we started staying with my auntie. We're going to name her Fake.
As you can tell, this story is already it's a sad story. No mean to laugh, no disrespect to anybody that have to go through these type of things in their lives. You know, no disrespect at all, but 95% of the time, this type of situations happens when the parents is addicted to some form of substance. 95% of the time when kids have to go through this type of trauma in their lives, hotels, sleeping in streets, sleeping in shelters, 95 to 99% of the time is because the parents is hooked on some form of substances and they are not willing to let it go. That's why kids go through this type of traumas in their lives. It's unfortunate, but it happens a lot. It's very unfortunate. This girl's story, there's a lot of other people whose stories are similar, but I say there's a saying that I was brought up with by my grandparents. My grandmother used to always tell me, don't let your situation determine your future. Don't let your community, don't let your neighborhood determine your future. If you don't understand what that means, just take a little while and think about it. My grandmother used to always tell me that when I was younger. Don't let your circumstances or the situation that you're currently in determine how your future turns out. Just think about it. You know, let's continue listening to this girl. Her story is very sad, and I don't know what to believe listening to this story.
When we started living with my auntie Fake, everything was good. I'm not gonna lie, like I can't hold you. When we were staying with her in the beginning, everything was fine. She was really like a mother figure to me that I never had. Mind you, I never had a mother or a father figure growing up. When we first started staying with her, she was roommated with her ex little boo thing, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It was a 2-bedroom. She had her room, the dude had his room. Me and my 2 younger siblings slept on an air mattress in the living room. Once that lease was up, we finally got our own place. It was a 2-bedroom, and it was just me, my auntie, and my 2 younger siblings. My auntie and her baby daddy started dating March 25th, 2019. Before that, she, like, in the beginning, she would never really bring us around him, but then it was this one day, I guess he had his two daughters or whatever, and she was like, I want to take y'all to meet him and his daughters or whatever.
My siblings was cool with it. I was cool with it. We met him and his kids. It was no issues. Fast forward, we move into our apartment, the 2-bedroom, like I just said. He moved in with us. I don't know what was the reason, but what I was told was because my auntie could not take care of the bills by herself. I don't know if that's the case, but shit. I never thought that he would touch me inappropriately.
Now you have. She has 2 other siblings, so that's 3 plus her aunt, 4, and plus her aunt has a kid with the guy, 5, and plus the guy before the kid with her aunt has 2 kids. So that's 7, like 7, 8 people now living in that 2-bedroom apartment. So now her story is going to get a little bit dramatic, and once again, if that's true, I don't wish that upon nobody. So as you can tell though, this girl, her whole demeanor and the way she's carrying herself, like, I don't want to pass judgment on somebody. I don't know this girl. I really don't. But just listen to her story and the way she's telling the story, she has a lot of anger and a lot of pain inside of her. She blatantly came out from the beginning of the video saying that her mother has a serious drug problem. That's why her mother lost custody of them. That's why her aunt got full custody of them, because her mother drug issues. In that whole situation, I just don't think the mother is the only one that's involved with drugs. Because the thing about when you're growing up in that type of environment, when you're growing up around that type of environment, the thing is that the people that you're going to be encountered with majority of the time, you're going to see them abusing narcotics. And majority of the time, people who abuse narcotics, they're going to offer it to you because they don't see nothing is wrong with it. I'm serious. If you hang around people that's abusing narcotics, regardless if they know or not, they know that you don't do narcotics, you don't touch narcotics, they're going to constantly offer it to you because they don't see nothing wrong with it. So the reason I said that, for a girl like that who been around that lifestyle, seeing her mother being strung out on narcotics for years, for her whole life, that's why her mother has no custody of them. She's seen her mother being strung out for forever on narcotics. She's seen the people her mother was hanging around that was also abusing narcotics. So at what point, and I want to see if she include that in her story. I just want to see if that at what point she's going to come out and say like, oh, it's anybody within the family, her aunt's boyfriend, or somebody that was hanging around with her mother, offered them any type of narcotics growing up. Because believe it or not, dude, narcotics in stories like that has a big role. A big role, dude. The narcotics take over the entire family. It will go down from mother to kids to kids, and that's how it goes. Like, I swear, narcotics will take over an entire generation of people. It started all from the grandmother. Now it went to the mother. Now it went to the kids. Now it went to the kids. Narcotics were just because people who abuse narcotics don't see any problem by offering other people narcotics. Because to them in their brain, they're doing it. They're having fun doing it. They love doing it. So to them, they're offering somebody something that they love to do. They're not knowing that these things that they're abusing is actually killing them. But they don't think about it. When they're on the narcotics, that's all they think about. They think about getting it and doing it and doing it and doing it. So offering it to the kids, people around them will offer it to their kids. They don't see a problem with that at all. At all, dude. Now her story gets a little dark, so prepare you guys for this part of the story.
Anything like that, because I looked at him as a father figure. And y'all might be asking, what made you think that? What made you think that he was a father figure? For one, the nigga would take us to doctor's appointments, to school. The nigga would buy us clothes, shoes. I thought that, you feel me? That's what a father figure is supposed to fucking do. I used to go through a lot of mental challenges because of the trauma with my mom. I was already essayed when I was 10, living with my mom, and I was traumatically fucked up because of my mom. So yes, I went through depression. Yes, I was self-harming. Yes, I did not want to fucking live no more. Fast forward, it's 2020. School just ended, shut down because of COVID, and I just turned 13. My birthday is March 8th. I remember this day like it was vivid. Me, my little sister.
Can you believe that she was 13? 13 when all of this is taking place. But you hear all of the trauma this girl been through. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the first time I'm listening to this video. Like, I got the video earlier, but I don't listen to the videos. Like, I wanted to just take a new route on this channel. So I'm like, okay, let me just get the stories and then I'm going to go through it with the audience. So hearing this girl at 13 years old, having to go through all these traumas in her life, seeing her mother strung out on narcotics, seeing the people that was around her mother, having to go through certain things at 10 to 13. And she was self-harming because she was depressed at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, she was 13. But this is something that happens all the time. Whenever there is abuse of narcotics by parents, when people have kids, when a woman or a man have a kid, the woman, well, not the man, but I'm saying when a couple has a kid and that couple, throughout the entire pregnancy or after the pregnancy, or throughout the pregnancy, they stood clean. But after the pregnancy, they went right back to doing what they were doing. Before they found out they was pregnant, they was abusing narcotics. After the pregnancy after the kid is born, they go right back to that lifestyle. It's always a big, big possibility. Kids who grow up with parents that's abusing narcotics will always go through a boatload of trauma. It's always a big possibility, and it's a bigger possibility that those kids are going to also get hooked on some form of narcotics. Because it goes in cycles. Like, for some reason it happens like that all the time. Because a parent that feels like it's okay to do certain things every day that they think in their brain that the narcotics is bringing them happiness, the narcotics are making them happy, they would not hesitate to do it around their family, to do it around the kids in the open. No matter what form of narcotics your parents might be abusing, they will not feel like it's something to be hidden from you. They will not try to hide it from the kids. They will want the kids, they will expose it in front of the kids to show the kids what they're doing. And a lot of time, kids like that girl get hooked on those same narcotics that she was brought up watching her mother. You know, watching her mother life spiral out of control, she is still will be a part of it and get hooked to that same lifestyle. You know, so just listen to the stories like, my God, at 13 years old, dude, you have to go through all of this trauma. Drugs are bad, dude. Outrageous, dude.
Him was all in him and my auntie's room. We were watching something on the TV. I can't remember what the fuck was on the TV, but we were watching something on the TV. And mind you, I used to get in trouble a lot because I used to want to date girls, and I wasn't even fucking with niggas at the time. I was on the girls. I was gay as fuck. And my auntie, like, I just used to get in trouble a lot because of shit that I shouldn't have been doing. He asked.
Just want to let you guys know. And all that when she's 13. Listen. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay away from drugs. Please stay away from drugs,
my
dude.
little sister
Outrageous.
And his two daughters to get out the room so he could talk to me. Mind you, I'm thinking I'm in trouble. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck did I do now to get in motherfucking trouble? Because like I said, I was in trouble all the motherfucking time. So they get out the room. He closes the door and he locks it. I'm standing up at this point. I'm like, what's going on? Like, what did I do? Because like I said, I used to get in trouble a lot. So I'm like, what the fuck did I do? What the fuck do you have to talk to me about? And he's like, oh, it's okay. I just want to chill with just you. You can lay back down, da-da-da. In my head, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, okay. So I lay back down on my auntie's side, but I wasn't laying all the way fucking down. I was sitting the fuck up like this. So we're still watching whatever the fuck is on the TV, and I'm starting to get uncomfortable, like, but he won't let me get out the room. So we start laying there, and he starts rubbing on me. He starts rubbing on my back first, and when he was rubbing on my back, he made it to my titty and started rubbing on my motherfucking titty. And that point of time, I was froze. 'Cause like
I listen. This girl, she's all gone. I think she honestly lost her mind. And once again, I don't know if the story is true. I was not there. This is her story time. This is her story time. She claims this is 100% honest. None of her family believes her story. And I'm just gonna end the story right there because she's cursing too much. She has a party mouth. I'm just gonna end the story right there. I don't really want to continue to listen to this girl's story because she's just too much foul languages, and I don't want to go down that path with this channel. Like, she's just too foul, the things she's talking about. And once again, if it did happen, I hope and wish her all the best. You know what I mean? But at 13, I don't think nobody deserves to go through none of this type of trauma at all. At all, dude. But she said at that point in her life as well, she was already being with girls. She said at that point in her life, she was already exposed to being in relationships with people. You know, so she was not like an innocent girl, and she was like at 13 years old, dude. You know, like, for God's sake. But that happens a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, kids who is right now, kids that are being brought up with parents right now, kids that are being brought up with parents that are hooked on substance, it's a big possibility they turn out to be like that girl. Always getting in trouble in school, don't want to go to school, gonna end up being in drugs, gonna end up like kids like that. Always. And it's sad to say, but kids who is being brought up in homes where they see their parents every day abusing substances, it's like a big possibility they are going to end up abusing substance. It's a big possibility they're going to do bad in school. They're going to fail in school. It's a big possibility they end up getting arrested early. Because when you're growing up with parents that's hooked on substance, the parents will not care if you're doing bad things. People are hooked on substance. All they care about every single day that God gives them life is to get high, to party, to continue constantly. That's all they think about. People that abuse substance. That's all, every single day, all day. They just think about ways to get money, to get high. They don't care what the kids are doing in school. None of that stuff matters. You know, so that's why it's such a terrible thing that for kids like that to grow up in that type of household. It's terrible. It's 100% terrible, man. And the possibility of them coming out and being similar to that girl that we just seen, it's a huge possibility. It's huge, dude. You know, and not saying nothing is, listen, I'm not talking down on this girl, but the way her attitude, her party mouth, just everything she says, curse, calling people the N-word. Bro, I'm dark skinned and I don't even use the N-word. So I'd really never thought that was like a cool word to use. You know what I mean? Like, once in a while, like, I'll hang out with my boys and, you know, like, they'll constantly use it, and, you know, but it's like, I don't like when this word is just being used and thrown out. And to me, it's just like it shows what type of person you are. It shows your level of education. It shows, you know, like, if you can't say like a complete sentence without actually cursing or using the N word or using the B word to call another woman, or like, to me, it just shows the level of education that you actually have. And that's no disrespect to nobody. It's a fact. You know, if you can't say a sentence without using a foul language or without using the N word or without, you know, using the B word to refer to a woman, like, to me, like, listen, man, it just goes to show you what type of person you really are at the end of the day. You know, and that's not people. I don't like being around people like that, to be honest with you, dude. But yeah, hope and wish that girl the best. I don't really want to keep listening to her story. Her story really doesn't interest me at all. At all. It doesn't entice me, not even one bit.
Story time on how I found out that the father of my child was cheating on me with.
Well, listen, I got this story right here that I think it's insane. And I'm going to show you part one today, and next, God willing, tomorrow, I'll continue showing you the part two and part three. I'm just gonna show you part one with this woman's story. This story,
How I found out.
it's outrageous. She literally said that. Brace yourself for this one. She said she came to find out that her boyfriend was cheating on her with his mother. Yes, with his mother. On top of messing around with his own mother, he got his mother pregnant. I'm not making this story up. I'm going to show you guys part one of this video, and then tomorrow I'll show you part two and part three. But let's get right into part one right now with this woman's crazy
My child was
story.
cheating on me with his mother, and his mother ended up being pregnant. Yes, bitch. So this was about 5 years ago, and everything was going smooth, cool, calm, collect, whatever. One day I just was getting weird fucking vibes out of no fucking where from his mother, like, is you cool, ho? So she walked up to me and she said, do you really love my son like you say you do? And I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? Remind you, I've been dating him for fucking years. I'm like, what? Huh? In the back of my head, I'm like, he's proposed to me. Like, is this motherfucker finna propose? Because that's what I'm thinking about. Like, I ain't thinking about shit else. So I was like, yes.
Is it me? All these women has party mouths. He said, I don't understand. All these women, they just get so frustrated of what's going on in their life, and they just curse. They have party mouths, dude. And let me remind you guys, that's the father of her kid. That's not just a regular boyfriend. No, that they actually have a family, these people. And then to find out that this guy is actually messing with his own mother. Listen, this story time is really juicy. I want you guys, let's listen to this together, dude.
She didn't say shit. Like, days and days, months and months go by. Every time we came over to the family house to go see her, she just took her nose up at me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I tell the father my child, and he was like, oh, it's nothing. She always act like that. Remind you, I've been in a relationship this fucking long, and I ain't never seen this type of reaction from her. What you mean she always act like this, bitch? No, the fuck she don't. Okay, so fast forward to she was asking me, she was like, where's my grandson? I was like, he's with my mother. Y'all, she stormed out, went in her car, and left. I'm looking like, what the fuck is the fucking problem? Like, remind you, a lot of shit been building up this whole entire time. But I'm respectful. I ain't got time for all the rah-rah. I do not try to, disrespect my elders. That's not me. So, of course, the father of my child went and followed her. And I'm like, so I got his location. I got that location.
That's his mom's. He went after his mother because his mother left mad. I don't see nothing wrong with that part of the story. Like, he went to follow his mom's. Why would you be disrespectful to your baby's father's mother anyway? The way she's acting, she has an attitude. There's a lot of people with attitude problems, but don't take that personal. I don't see the deal. Listen, if you're in some relationship and you see like your in-laws is acting certain ways that to you is not right, I don't see the need to get into any type of arguments. I think it's always best to separate yourself from any type of arguments or conflict with anybody. So always take yourself away from the family gatherings. Don't include yourself when you know that the families are going to be there. Oh, I don't want to go. Just don't go, because you know exactly what's going to take place. So you don't want to be in an environment like that. But the way this woman is talking is that her mother-in-law and her have some type of animosity relationship. They have a relationship it's not one of those good relationships. You can just tell by the way she's speaking in regards to her mother-in-law. So I just think that this has been boiling for a long time with this woman and the mother-in-law, dude.
Why the fuck do I see both of them are at a hotel? The only reason I know that both of them are in a hotel because I FaceTime him. And I said, are y'all okay? What is going on? What's the problem? So he was like, oh, no, we good. I just had to calm her down. We had a hotel, etc., etc. He flipped the camera, he showed it to me. And I'm like, calm her down for what? What the fuck is going on? So she tried to make this big excuse like, oh, I wanted to see my grandson, but he's over there with your mother. Like, it's just not her motherfucking grandchild, too. Like, are you cool? Reminded you, I'm a mother. At the end of the day, I needed a motherfucking break. And I got my motherfucking break. So, okay, boom. They end up coming back. It took them 3 hours to come the fuck back. I was blowing this man's phone like, where are y'all? I'm thinking like the worst of the worst don't happen. Like somebody got in the rape. Like that's what I'm thinking. Cause like everybody just went MIA. Okay, remind you, it's nighttime now. They end up pulling up. So I'm nervous. I'm like shaking. Like what the fuck is going on? Like are y'all okay? He was like, shit, yeah, we okay. I was like, okay, cool. So he was like, let's go home. I was like, okay, cool. Got in the car. Why in the fuck do I smell like a sex odor? A sex odor. Y'all know what the fuck that smell is. Nothing but pussy.
Yeah, she's probably. I think this is cap. I think this story is cap because she just don't like her mother-in-law. First, she was saying that they was in a hotel. So why, if they're in a hotel, why would they go to the car? That's the whole part of the story that I'm not comprehending. Tell me in the chat though if you think I'm bugging, but you just said that he showed you the camera, that you got his location, so you tracked his location to a hotel, and he actually showed you they're in a hotel room. So why would it take from the hotel room to go to a car, knowing that you're going to get in the car in a little while? That part of the story to me is very shaky. I just think this girl, but we're going to listen to part 2 and part 3 and see if she actually get to the juicy details about what really is going on, because so far that doesn't prove that her baby's father and his mother is doing anything, because she's claiming she went to the car and smelled a funny smell. You just said at the beginning that they was in a hotel room, so why would they carry a funny smell from a hotel room that has showers, that has everything? I just don't get that part of the story, but probably I could be bugging. Let's continue listening to this lady crazy story.
So I was like, who been in this fucking car? I got the fuck up so motherfucking fast. I said, who been in this motherfucking car? He was like, nobody. The only person who been in this car was my mom. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? So I'm like, why the fuck do it smell like that in here then? He was like, I don't smell shit. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, you always doing this shit, da 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 da. Trying to make an argument. Narcissist, narcissist, narcissist. So I'm like, bitch, don't play with me like I'm dumb as fuck. Bitch, I smell pussy. Then I asked him, I said, so where the fuck is her car if she was in the car? Like, I'm thinking, like, this a lie now. Because what the fuck is going on? What you lying? What you lying for? So he ended up telling me her husband went and picked up the car and I dropped her off. I said, dropped her off where? This bitch gonna say, I dropped her off to my grandmama's house. Her mom. I said, okay. I'm quiet. Sitting in the car, riding. We got like a good 30-minute drive to go home. So while we driving, the new model cars, it beeps when you got your seatbelt on. So the motherfucker kept beeping and it would not stop. And it was because of me, I didn't have my seatbelt on. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna put this bitch on. That's what I'm saying in my head. So I'm looking down and I see a fucking condom, y'all. A motherfucking condom. You know what? Just watch the next motherfucking video. Because I'm heated on this one. I need to cool the fuck off. Part 2 in the next.
I doubt this story. I really highly doubt this story. I don't know, part 2 probably be more details, and we're going to look at part 2 another day, but so far her story is just sounds like a lot of cap. So far it just sounds like a lot of made up things in that story, because why would you be on a video call and he clearly show you they're inside of a room, a hotel room? And why would it come from a hotel room that they're paying for to actually go into the car? And then for him to drop the wrap inside of the car. It makes no sense. And if there was probably alcohol involved, you're probably okay, probably that. But you're talking about 2 sober people that was just in the house with you, You and the mother got into some type of argument. The mother left, and that I don't think the mother just asked for the kid and she just storms off and then go to a hotel room. That's when like the story just doesn't add up. Who just storms out of a house and go directly to a hotel room for what? When she has her own mother house that her son say clearly. She said her son dropped off his mother at his grandmother, so she could have been went to her grandmother. She has her own house she could have went back to. Why go to the hotel? And then why leave the hotel room where they paid for a hotel room to whatever they might be doing to go to the car and do something inside of the car and then drop the evidence inside of the car? I think this woman has some type of loose screws. I just, this story to me is just like is fabricated. I don't think this is like a real story, but once again, it's the first time I'm hearing this story, and hopefully part 2 and part 3 clear it up. But this part right here, it just left me in a cliffhanger. I'm not gonna check it out the part 2. I'm gonna check out the part 2 and part 3 with you guys on a future stream. We're gonna leave it the way it is right now. Yeah, man, listen. For the one viewer that watched the stream tonight, thank you very much. Thank you. Please share the stream. To that one viewer that always watches me, man, thank you very much. I'm very appreciative of your time for hanging out. I'm going to keep doing this concept, though. This concept to me is fun. It's something that I could do on a regular basis. So I'm going to do this and see how it feels and how it works out. And if I could have a community watching this type of videos, while we talk, I'm going to try to get my chat up as much as can, but it's all in God's hands. I'm just doing the best I can. That's all I can do. You know what I mean? But yeah, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, before I get off the stream, I want to take the time to show my gratefulness and my utmost respect to our Commander-in-Chief, to our President of the United States, which is Mr. Donald J. Trump. So as always, salute to you and your family. So may God bless you and your family. May God watch over you and your families on this beautiful, wonderful evening and forever. May God watch over you and your families on your trips within the United States and on your trips outside the United States. And that's to our President, Mr. Donald J. Trump. To all and every of God kids within the United States, may God bless us all. To all and every of God kids all around the world, may God bless you guys all. Ladies and gentlemen, always treat people with the love, the kindness, the care, the respect, and the loyalty that you expect others to treat you with at all times. Shorter version, treat people the way you want to be treated. Always do what's right in the eyes of God and his family, and always make God a part of your decision making every single day, guys. Just so understand, guys, we're not perfect as God kids, but we could always learn from our bad behavior and our mistakes in this world. Let's work together to make this world a better place. Let's unite as one to create a better environment for our family, for our kids, for our neighbors, to create a better environment for all and every of God creation on this planet. Let's work together to solve our problems. Let's solve our problems with words, with talking, instead of violence. Let's come together and make this world a better and a safer place for us all, ladies and gentlemen. Until the next stream, man, take care of yourself. I'm